I just spent a minute doing all that. I just spent a whole minute trying to do a thumbnail. I gotta get it together. I gotta get it together. Anyway. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new today, I am Crystal with a K. It's nice to meet you. Today, I am here with some Beyond Meat from KFC, some Beyond Chicken. I'm not new to Beyond food, so I'm a little bit excited, but a little bit nervous because I don't have that much experience with Beyond food. I typically sometimes before the pandemic would every year, like 3 months before my birthday, go and be on this pescatarian diet. And by like a month after my birthday, I stop and then go through the whole stomach ache and start eating meat again. Yeah, I've had the Beyond Whopper thingy. I've had all those other stuff, but I didn't know KFC was gonna do this. So this is interesting. I'm thirsty, I'm sorry. I just did so much mucho in that intro. Mind you, I always get this from KFC. I love KFC sweet tea. And I always get this. My gay mother know what it is, because we be busting it down when she here. So, before it can It's so good. It's so refreshing. But anyway, let's get into this. So while we get into this, I wanted to have a little conversation about femininity, and what that really is. So this is just a thigh. I got a regular old chicken thigh, just in case I ain't like it. If I ain't like the Beyond Meat, but I got a little chicken thigh here. Oh yeah, this is it. I wanted to talk about what femininity is, the definition of being a woman, etc. What do I consider myself? If I consider myself, because you know nowadays it's a lot of labels. So a lot of people want to know if I consider myself a boy, girl, they, whoever. Ever since they updated the fries from the wedges, I like these fries better. I like these better than the wedges. Okay. I'm sorry. These shits look like blocks. And they heavy as fuck. They heavy as shit. They're like building blocks. It feels like dense. It feels very dense. Got some ranch to go with it. I always wanted to have this conversation with people because I get into a lot of situations where people are like, oh, you know, you do certain things and then you get that comment as a trans woman, you get that comment, oh, that's not ladylike if you're trying to be a lady. I hate when people say that because it's like, you don't know me to know what I'm trying to be like or what I'm trying not to be like. I have 100% respect for women. But, and I know a lot of people won't get it, but I didn't transition to be a female. I transitioned to be a trans woman. I started my transition, later than some people usually do now. People start their transition now at 13, 14. Shit, I was. But I don't think I still would have did it because I knew what it was. I was familiar with it. Let me get into this. I'm gonna just bite it first. I'm sorry, if you notice I get distracted. I'm just gonna bite it first without passing judgment. Why does it look like so brickish? Or, like, I don't know how to explain that. What you explain that? How you call that? You see how that look? It's so matted. It looked like chicken though. That's the weird part. It really looked like chicken. It really looked like chicken though. Let me try it while I'm looking at it. Not so bad. Not bad. I mean, it tastes like chicken, but how the fuck they do that? It look like meat though. I'm gonna get the crust off. Let me go to the conversation while I'm talking. I'm gonna take this crust off. But yeah, so I transitioned. I always admired women, not in a sexual way, in a look way, as in like, I think women are beautiful. I always wanted to live in womanhood. I know I'm not biologically a woman. I'm a trans woman. I'm transgender living in womanhood. A lot of people don't think like me. Are they sure it's not chicken? It's actually pretty good the more you eat it. Hold up. Let's break this apart. It's like I'm turning pages in a book. It looked like chicken though. It really looked like chicken. It did look like chicken though. That's the kind of weird part. Did they use jackfruit or something? You know what it is? It tastes more tender than chicken. Good. When I transitioned, it took me a while because I wanted to know what it was, what it took, the lifestyle. I hung out with other trans. I had other gay mothers. I lived the lifestyle a lot. I lived the lifestyle a lot. Going to balls, ballroom gave me that confidence, like I said before. Like slowly but surely, I started out playing with it like everybody does. I'm messy. And then I realized, you realize when you're playing with it, you start to see like, okay, I'm a little more comfortable and confident when I'm this way than when I'm this way. So it's more so, well, with me, I'm just leading with my spirit. I said before, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. There's a lot of things that I'm grateful for cis women. And I appreciate cis women and honor them. My mom, my family, all women. And I always stand by women. But that's not the route I'm going in. And a lot of people won't understand it because they don't know about the life. But like I said, I did my research. I've been in the life to know what makes me comfortable. There's a male society. There's a cis female society. There's a trans female society. And then there's the gay society. And people don't realize it's different. A lot of the cis men and women, straight cis women, men and women, when they think, they just sum us up LGBT, you know? Even though we appreciate each other, but when it comes to real life, aside from ballroom, aside from all that community activity we do, it's different communities. It's different communities. I also want to talk about, what do you consider being a lady? People make that comment like, oh, you gotta be more ladylike, or you gotta, that's not how a girl would act. For instance, if a trans gets into an argument and she's yelling, you're like, oh, if you're trying to be a lady, you need to learn how to be more da-da-da. And that same person telling you that will be the same person next week yelling at somebody else. Even down to like looks. I come up to some men that be like, oh, I only date trans women that could pass in the street. And I'm like, why? Like, I mean, not why, because people have their preference, but it was the fact that he said he don't consider them trans. And I'm like, why? Because they can't help how they look. You know, some people can't help how they look. Some people can't afford certain things to, you know, get to that level. And he got a little offended. And this is somebody I used to hang out with too. Somebody from actually my neighborhood, my projects in Harlem. But I hate when guys come into the life. You coming into the life, you just becoming open and all this stuff. And you coming and telling us what's considered trans woman and what's considered a man. And it's like, how dare you? And he got mad that I got offended. Like, why are you worrying? Because I'm not seeing you like that. I'm gonna stand for my sisters before I stand for any nigga. There's no shame. I don't think I'm getting this. He was on some, why are you worrying about it? I'm like, first of all, I'm not gonna mess with no dude who disrespects my community at all. Because at the end of the day, you just basically let it be known that you only see me as a prop. That's it. How can you consider someone a man because of certain physical features? And there's some cis women who get mistaken for dudes because of certain physical features, but y'all ready to pounce on that. My favorite entertainer, Sierra, they used to think back then. They used to have this whole thing that she was a man and all that stuff and blah, blah. And that shit used to piss me off because it's just like, what do y'all consider like supposed to be a girl? Like, I don't get it. Tell me if I'm bugging. I'm not your prissy girl, if you could tell already. I'm not OD prissy. I can get pretty, have pretty moments, but you're not gonna find me in a pump in the club. I mean, you're not gonna find me in a pump in the club all the time. You know, maybe like once to never. I mean, I'm being honest with you. I'm more of a tomboy. Like, I'm more of, I just regular wear sneakers, jeans, get my nails done, my hair done, do my lashes and stuff. But I don't know. I'm not explaining. I'm just me. Like, that ain't gonna ever be another. And that's what the dudes say. They find me very unique. They know I'm definitely not like anybody else. That's why every dude that talks to me is gonna remember me. I'm not gonna be on this for too long. I just want to get your opinion. On what you consider feminine. Also the voice. How can I forget about that? We all know about my voice. No. It's funny. It's some funny shit. When I was younger, I used to have a soft ass voice. I used to pick up the phone and they used to be thinking I was my mother. And that shit used to piss me off. Well, it used to fake piss me off because I used to low-key live that I sound cunt, but I wasn't in a comfortable situation to be admitting any of that. But now that I grow up and I want to transition, I gotta lose the cuntiness. And now I sound like this nigga from Boys to Men. All those times you ran off with the other man, baby, I know about it. I just didn't care. Okay. I'm also very comfortable with myself. You know, I'm the type of person, you gonna like me for me, and that's that. You fuck with me, you fuck with me. If you don't, you don't. I'm used to it. That's the last one. This was good. These are good. I ain't gonna front. These are good. I ain't gonna front. But I say that also. I was talking about the voice because I seen plenty of cis women and spoke to cis women on the phone working with deeper voices than me. And I'm like, I mean, it's rare, but still. Either way, you don't like me or not. A lot of people say that I have a voice for radio. They be telling me that while I'm working. Like, fucking bitches. The fuck is that supposed to mean? I think the first trans I ever met, I knew trans all my life. My godmother was trans. My godmother was trans. God rest her soul. But I wasn't educated on the lifestyle because nobody ever talked about it. Like, we knew what it was, but nobody ever talked about it. I didn't get to get any information, like learn anything. I did have questions. I remember I did have questions. I remember the time when I was younger, I used to have the house to myself. It would be my mom at work. I would always go school early on. I go to after school and I still get home early on. My brother was always out with his friends. He was always out. He had a later curfew than me, but I used to be inside. I used to turn my music on. I used to put my shirt over my hair. And I remember all the time. I did put on my mom heels before. Sorry, Ma. I definitely did put on your heels. I promise you I did. A few times. I definitely did. My mom always had weave, so she always had box braids and stuff. So if she didn't have no like wigs, or she had ponytail, so it's not like I could get like a wig or anything. But the first trans woman I ever like met and was cool with and talked with, and I chopped it up with, and she is bad as shit. She is bad as shit. But I love sis to this day. But my sis Amarellis, that's the first woman I like watched her start her trans. Like she's the first one, and then it was two. It was Amarellis first, and then right after Amarellis was Sky. Sky is another. I be looking at these girls like, yo. Make me want. These were the first two girls that I seen start transitioning. I seen their life or whatever. The first trans to ever guide me and just like ever lead me into education, letting me know information, giving me resource, helped me get my first job and everything was Tyra. But we'll get into that. You guys know who she is on pose. Her name is Dominique Jackson, but yeah, she was the first. Like I remember when I first met her, it was just like, cause she was always like this. She was always like a legend in ballroom. Like so, she always had this presence. You always know when she's coming because she always has this perfume that just lets you know, like, bitch, I'm coming. Like she prepares you, like, bitch, prepare yourself. No, but yeah, that's the first trans that guided me into anything, into me performing, resources, into educating about like trans, getting different, like, yeah. So that's when I started getting into it and then started doing my own research. I started branching off, you know. It was a lot of research I did before I made my decision. I had to make sure I knew what it was that I wanted. So I just wanted to come up on here and just get a little quick conversation to see what everybody considers femininity or a woman. As far as this Beyond chicken, this shit was good. This shit was popping. I didn't even have to eat this, so I'll save that for tomorrow. Something, probably a late night snack. I believe we just hit 100 subscribers. Like, is it 99 or 100? I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you guys for getting us to 100 subscribers. I told you guys I'm gonna be as consistent as I can. it is a lot of work doing this, so I appreciate all the YouTubers that's up there doing it up. As much as people think it's not a lot, I mean, besides just sitting on front of the camera is just the easy part, you know. Between the promotions and keeping up with and the editing, doing everything on your own, it's just, and then working a regular job, trying to maintain that shit. It's a lot, but I'm fighting through this because I'm gonna this is like therapy. This is therapeutic for me. You know, this is just not only me leaving a legacy or leaving something behind. This is like a diary. I get to let things out. You guys are gonna have a lot of story times. You guys are gonna have a lot of things you get to know about me, so you guys can know basically how different yet the same we are, you know? And we're all human. We all go through the same situations, you know? We all have the same reactions. Ooh, that shit was good. But anyway, make sure you guys leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about femininity. And let me know if you tried this Beyond Fried Chicken or if you're going to try it after this video. And if you do try it, also leave a comment. Let me know how it was. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. And hit the bell so you can get notifications for when I post. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.